Hello and welcome my dear students, third prep second term. Dictation time مع نطق كلمات Unit 8 Lessons 3 and 4. قماش fabric حبر ink النسيج weaving حائك أو نساج weaver النول loom النول اللي بيغزلوا عليه الخيط وكده. خيط thread حرفة تقليدية أو عادة tradition الحبارة الخاصة بالبرينتر بالطابعة cartridge تلوث المياه water pollution وسائل التواصل الاجتماعي social media مشروع إعادة تدوير recycling project صناديق إعادة تدوير القمامة recycling boxes مدونة إلكترونية blog طابعة printer مكسور broken مدير المدرسة head teacher يقتل killed الأحدث latest مواد أو خامات materials قوالب الطوب bricks سجادة carpet ملعب أو حقل field بدلا من ذلك instead مجوهرات jewelry جميل lovely يصلح أو إصلاح reform والماضي reformed طريقة way حل solution غطاء top الفن التقليدي traditional art صوف wool وليست wool كأس العالم the world cup مصنع factory دولة روسيا Russia شباك الصيد fishing nets Conjugation of irregular verbs يسمح أو يدع let يقول أو يخبر said يبيع sold يبدأ began يقع أو يسقط fallen Study these definitions بعض التعريفات الهامة وفي التعريفات الكلمة الرئيسية memorize حفظ لكن الديفينيشن نفسه understand قماش fabric cloth or material which can be used to make clothes bags etc حبر ink a liquid used in pens or printers for writing drawing etc. Loom النول a machine used for weaving. Thread a long piece of cotton, silk, etc. which people can use to sew. People can use to sew or make clothes. Weaver a person who makes cloth by weaving. نسيج weaving The art of making cloth by crossing threads using a special machine. Printer cartridge. Printer cartridge. حبارة. A piece of plastic which contains and supplies ink for a printer. Collocations. متلازمات لفظية. يعد خطة. Make a plan. Make a plan. يقوم بإجراء بحث. Do a research. Do a research. يبدأ مشروعا. Start a project. Start a project. ونأتي الآن إلى تطبيق الكلمات المنفردة في الجمل التي ذكرت فيها. Conversation between Dalida and Sharifa. Dalida, I want to print an article from the internet, but the printer is broken. Sharifa, really? What's wrong? What's wrong, Dalida? Let me look. No, the printer isn't broken. It needs a new printer cartridge. Dalida, of course. You're right, Sharifa. I think there is a new one in the cupboard. Sharifa, what are you going to do with the old one? Dalida, I'll throw it away. I always throw them away. Sharifa, you can't throw it away. Dalida, why not? Sharifa, that is very bad for the environment. Ink from the printer cartridge can get into rivers and the sea. The ink kills fish and other sea animals. It's really terrible. You must recycle it. Dalida, oh no, I didn't know that. That sounds horrible. Sharifa, look, there is an address on the box. If we send the printer cartridge to that address, they will recycle it. Dalida, okay, let's do that. What happens to all the printer cartridges at school? Sharifa, I don't know. I think they are thrown away. Dalida, well, why don't we start a recycling project? Sharifa, that's a great idea. School recycling project. The problem: 5 classrooms in our school have a computer and a printer. At the moment, we throw away the printer cartridges with the school rubbish. But the ink inside printer cartridges is very bad for the environment. So we want to start a school recycling project. What we are going to do? We have asked our head teacher, Mr. Hamdi, if we can start a recycling project, and he said yes. He will let us put a recycling box in the classrooms with printers. We have written emails to all our teachers. We have asked them to put the old printer cartridges in the recycling boxes. How you can help us? We will take the recycling boxes to the recycling center every month, but we need volunteers to help us. If you would like to be a volunteer, please write your name and email below. Thank you, Dalida and Sharifa. Enjoy having new mobile phones, but what should we do with our old ones? Should we keep throwing them away? Remember that it's not easy to make mobile phones. They need to have a lot of important materials inside them. When you throw away a phone, these materials can be very bad for the environment. I think that one day we will not need to buy a new phone every few years. People will design phones that can use the latest technology, even when it changes. Then we will avoid throwing away our old phones. That will be very good for the environment. Hassan's blog. Weaving is an Egyptian tradition, but there aren't many traditional weavers in Egypt today. So I was surprised to see 3 weavers working on traditional looms when I visited the Reform Studio in Cairo and the Hind Riyadh were students at university. They wanted to do something about plastic rubbish. They found a way of making old plastic bags into long threads, which they could make into fabric on a traditional loom. Then they used the plastic fabric to make colorful bags, chairs, and small carpets. Today, their bags, chairs, and carpets are sold in shops in Cairo and in London. This is a fantastic project because it's great for the environment and great for one of our Egyptian traditions. Waste is a big problem and around the world. However, many of the things that we throw away can easily be recycled. Russia used a plastic football field in the 2018 World Cup. It was made from 50,000 plastic cups. You can recycle cotton and wool to make new clothes. You can also use all the plastic bottles to make rubbish bags and plastic bags for shopping. You can make lovely new handbags from pieces of leather that factories do not use. Some stones are very expensive, but you can make beautiful jewelry from all the glass bottles. When plastic fishing nets fall into the sea, they are very bad for sea animals. We can collect the fishing nets and recycle them into other plastic items like sunglasses, for example. You can make bricks to build houses from all the plastic bottle tops. They are very strong. Of traditional arts in Egypt, I learned about the traditional art of weaving at school today. A weaver uses a machine called the loom. This crosses threads under and over. This crosses threads under and over each other to make fabric. Weavers can make very beautiful things. Video script. Every day, thousands of people collect rubbish from homes and the streets of Cairo. These people collect more than 2 million tons of paper, plastic, wood, and metal every year. Around 85% of this rubbish is recycled or reused in many different ways. This makes it one of the most successful recycling programs in the world. Some of the rubbish is sold to factories so that it can be used again. Some of it is used to make jewelry, bags, and carpets, which are then sold in shops around Egypt and online around the world. The people who collect rubbish work with a charity called the Association for the Protection of the Environment to make these items. There is also a project between the people who collect rubbish, the government, and some international companies to help people to stop using so much plastic in Egypt. When people collect an empty plastic bottle that belongs to one of these companies, the company will pay the collector some money. So the people who collect rubbish are working hard to help to protect Egypt's environment. We all need to recycle and reuse our rubbish. If we don't, we will destroy the planet. Expressions and prepositions. تعبيرات وحروف جر هامة. يتفق مع agree with خطأ أو عيب فيه wrong with يتعلم أو يعرف كيف يقوم به know how to ملاعب النجيل الصناعي plastic football fields plastic football fields. ضار بي bad for متصل بي connected to. يطلب المساعدة ask for help يجد طريقة ل find a way of. get into تساوي enter. أفضل لي better for. تباع في المحلات التجارية be sold in shops. يفكر في think of. مشغل إصلاحات reform studio. في هذه اللحظة at the moment. يعمل على أو يعمل بشأن work on. في الجامعة at university. يقوم بفعل شيء عن do something about. Thank you very much.